His father was one of the funniest people on earth, Robin Williams. Now, Zak Williams is making some headlines of his own for a very unusual program he's running in one of the toughest prisons in America. Jason Matera is in New York City with the details.
Yeah, Matt, we are just blocks away from Wall Street, where brokers are making million-dollar deals every day. But nearly 3,000 miles from here, I met up with an unlikely group of investors who, if you can believe it, are studying the stock market from behind bars. San Quentin Prison has been home to some of the country's most notorious criminals. Charles Manson and Richard Ramirez once called this home. And Scott Peterson and polyclasses killer Richard Allen Davis are still locked up here. So what is the son of an Oscar-winning legend doing in here? That's Zak Williams. His father was the late, great Robin Williams. But he's not locked up. Zak's inside voluntarily to teach inmates about money.
You want to set up a college fund for your kid, which means that you want to build to a certain goal over time. Let's say $20,000.
I'm very passionate about financial literacy.
Zak has an MBA from Columbia University and wants to show the residents of San Quentin how they can make legit money and keep it when they get out of the joint. At what point did you realize I really want to start giving back my time, my resources, and my education to others who weren't as privileged?
It really hadn't come to a head until just over a year ago when my father passed away, and realized that I was finding healing moments through giving my time. And I realized that dedicating time towards service is dedicating time to oneself and my own personal healing process. And the inmates are counting every dime while doing time.
This class, it's been teaching me a whole bunch of stuff. It's been teaching me how to manage money.
I know now when I get out there, I know what to do with my money now. I know to invest in stocks.
Financial literacy is in fact an education.
Curtis Wall Street Carroll is teaching alongside Zak. He's actually an inmate, doing time for a murder he committed when he was 17.
And so that's always been really exciting to me, is that I can buy a share of Johnson & Johnson, predominantly one of the most recognizable companies in the world, right? And I can have a voting stake into that company. Me being an inmate does not matter at all.
Curtis, now 37, is up for parole in 5 years. He's worked hard to turn his life around, and he's become somewhat of a hero at San Quentin. This reformed felon is a jailhouse financial guru.
People have used my strategies, and people have used my picks to go out and invest and make money. I don't fully know exactly what all these people have made, but I know for sure it's in the six figures. A lot of the men don't know anything about stocks. But what I tried to do is I tried to use terms and instill philosophies and things that they can grasp and they can understand.
And we realized that we share a joint vision of financial literacy resources being made available nationwide. But in order to really achieve that vision we need to first develop a robust curriculum and create something that's meaningful and impactful.
If you want to set a certain goal for yourself to attain wealth, understand the risks associated with making that bet in the in the equity market. In the stock market.
Well, I like that because I want the 3% too on the Treasury bill.
Zak hopes that one day every prison in the country will have a financial literacy class. Do you think your dad would be proud of what you're doing here today?
Yeah, I think he'd be proud. I mean, he gave a lot of his time towards charitable causes, and this is the type of thing that would be right down his alley.
I think there's very little doubt that he would be most proud. The Williams legacy just continues. So, Jason, the first question I've got is, can these guys invest real money from behind bars?
Matt, it's a sort of yes-no with that one. The inmates themselves can't invest while they're in prison, but many of them do actively invest through their families. And they do tell us that they've done pretty well for themselves, although they won't reveal how much they've made.
At least enough you'd expect to buy them a few extra comforts behind bars. Now, Jason, I never thought I would ask this, but what stocks are these prisoners recommending for investors?
Matt, Curtis Carroll, aka Wall Street, who says he spends 18 hours a day studying the stock market, also says that he's a huge fan of Facebook.
Certainly a whole new spin on criminal trading. What a wonderful story. Thanks so much, Jason. And for more behind-the-scenes footage from inside San Quentin's financial class, go to crimewatchdaily.com.